So, JEFusion viewer, you might be thinking of buying a Kingohger toy. Well, in case anyone's interested in actually buying them. So, if you're trying to decide, well then, let me help you with the help of the Kingohger Perfect Guide. Uh, by the way, this is not sponsored, and I'm sorry if you're watching this video mirrored. So I got this booklet from the local toy shop, the same place where I got my deluxe Ohger Calibur. If you want to see the review, for those who haven't yet, link is down in the description below. So let's see what this booklet offers. Now, in this booklet, actually, you will see all the items that you can possibly get for now. And we actually have here a nice introduction of our characters, although they're only in their transformed state, not the actual actors. So in the next page, we actually have the deluxe Kingohger mecha. So you have here all the pieces with the 5 main Shigod. So Kuwagata, Tombo, Kamakiri, Papillon, and Hachi. And then the other support Shigods, which are the God Tento. So 2 of them, 1 for each arm. So the God Kumo, 1 on the torso, 1 on the crotch. And the God Ant, which attaches to the sword. So Kingohger Mecha is 9,350 yen. But if you do want a bit more, you also have Kingohger with the God Kabuto set. So this one is 13,200 yen. Although you may also buy the God Kabuto separately at 3,850 yen. So, I mean, if you're going to get the God Kabuto, you might as well do it like this and get the Kingohger God Kabuto set anyway. So, I actually skipped a page, and this is an interesting part because you can see here the pictures of insects of which the god or the Shigods are based from. So you have a stag beetle, a giant dragonfly, a praying mantis, a butterfly, and a wasp. And you also have ladybugs, spiders, and ants for the other Shugod. So let's move on to the next page. So going back to this, so you can also see the Guardian weapon series. You have the rolling hammer and the snail gatling. Uh, what's interesting about the rolling hammer is that this is actually a chain. I have seen a review video of this one, and yes, it is a chain. So you can actually swing the rolling hammer around. So it's not just a piece of static plastic. And of course, the barrel of the snail gatling can spin, but you of course spin it manually. Okay, so moving on to the next page. So yes, we have a picture of the deluxe Ohger Calibur, and you also have the King's weapon that can transform into 5 modes. It also has some sound features, and as you can see here, it can combine with the Ohger Calibur for a longer weapon. So you basically set the King's weapon into sword mode, attach it to this part of the Ohger Calibur. So the buttons right here are for that function, and you get the Naginata mode. But again, because of the sound function, you can also perform, like finishers just with this as well. And you have the Action Heroes series. So you can see here, Kuwagata Ohger comes with the King Speeder set. So if you buy Kuwagata Ohger, it will come with this one. So the rest of the Kingohgers are just the action figures. And you have the soft vinyl series. Also, they're going to release some for the enemies. So the Bagnarak. Now moving on to the next page. So this is like the candy toy section. So you have the mini plug Kingohger mecha. So the smaller versions for the Narikiri set, and the Yudo series coming soon. And you have some smaller soft vinyl figures, chocolates, and like the cake. Now here, so you can see again. So this is the Narikiri set. So if you get the Narikiri set, you get the deluxe Ohger Calibur and King's Weapon, as well as the King's Hotline. Now, you may get them all separately as well. Like, for example, my own Ohger Calibur is just by itself. So, yeah, if you want that, that's gonna cost you about like 15,000 yen. So this is no, this is the king. So this is the gacha version. Sorry, but yeah. So there is a total Nanikiri set for the deluxe version, anyways. So you have also the gacha toys or gacha keychains rather. So you have like rubber keychains or like the mini figurine keychains. Both of them or both like all of them are 300 each per spin. And moving on to the next page, so you have the Bikura Tamago. So these are the bath bombs with the mini figures inside. Now you can see here there's a secret character, and I believe this is the Silver Kuwagata Ohger. So the design and the silhouettes are the same, but it looks kind of grayish. So this is most likely the Silver Kuwagata Ohger. So these are keychain sets. They are available somewhere. But these are different from the gacha, I believe. Uh-huh. And you also have like body wash, toothbrush, and band-aids. And you also have here the apparel. So you have the pajama set with some of them with the glowing prints, t-shirts, underpants, and some towels. And you also have a backpack. So, and here at the back you have like the plush keychains, which are actually available through Crane Games. So those are all the toys that you can possibly get for now if you want to collect Kingohger stuff. So what do I recommend? Now, if you're going for the deluxe stuff, now I would say getting the deluxe Kingohger mecha like by itself is I think the way to go. Now, if you want the God Kabuto set, it is optional, but if you don't want the God Kabuto set, then, just the regular Kingohger mecha should work just fine. Now, as for the Henshin device and weapons, I highly suggest, or maybe even highly recommend is stronger, the King or the Ohger Calibur because, well, the Narikiri set does include the King's Weapon. I'm not really a fan of the King's Weapon as a toy. I mean, it does have cool functions by itself, but this is your transformation device anyway. And in my opinion, and from experience, the Ohger Calibur by itself is more than enough, I would say. So uh, so the King's Weapon or even the King's Hotline would be optional, but if you are gonna get Kingohger weapons, the Ohger Calibur is the must-have item, I would say. Now for the figures, especially the Action Heroes series, because they're quite expensive, so uh, let me show them again. Because Kuwagata Ohger is more or less like 4,000 yen. So 3,850 yen. And the other Kingohgers are 1,180 yen. So almost 2,000 yen. These figures are quite expensive in my opinion. But if you're going to get this series, you might as well go for Kuwagata Ohger anyway, because the King Speeder is included. And it does have a function, so it does have a wheel under that. When you roll the wheel, so the jaws or the pincers of the King Speeder actually move. And yeah, of course, you can see it is compatible with the Kuwagata Ohger, but any Kingohger can use it as well. Now, but for me, because I don't really need this, I'm actually going to recommend the Yudo anyways, because they're basically of the same size as the Action Hero series. Although I have seen the Action Hero series, they do have like a more bulkier feel compared to the Dawn Brothers version last year, because the Dawn Brothers Change Heroes series is basically just, a more expensive version of a Yudo because of their identical articulation, identical size and proportions. So, you know, you're really better off with the Yudo anyways. But from what I've observed so far, seeing those action heroes figures in the store, well, uh, I've been noticing some differences. Like, they look a bit bulkier, they look bigger, but I'm still going for the Yudo anyway, because again, they're generally much cheaper. But nowadays, like, you need to get 2 boxes in order to complete a single figure. But again, for the size and articulation, they're pretty much the same. So go for the cheaper one anyways. Now for the candy toys, so if the King Ohger Deluxe is too expensive for you, then go for the Mini Plug version instead. And I would say that this would be more to your liking if you're into articulation. Although the Deluxe King Ohger has a lot of articulation, there's definitely gonna be more for this one, I would say. Like, in general, the proportions of the mini plot tend to be better looking than the deluxe ones. But that's just my observation. Yeah. So those are what I would recommend. So if you're planning to buy King Ohger toys, so I hope this perfect guide was of help to any of you. So again, thanks so much for watching, and as always, please do leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you get the latest from JEFusion. This has been Philip, and I'll see you in the next video. So